Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Chewy again. And I believe, let me check, episode 28 of All the Mod 7. And so what I've done is I've gone ahead and started to expand this room just because I want to start working on the next level of Mekanism. And that's going to take a lot of machines. And hopefully we have, hopefully this will be enough room. That was interesting. I don't know why that's there. Anyway. And so once we get this part done, then we can go to the floor. And yeah, I think we got everything. All right. So we'll shift right click on the polished deep slate. And I am going to need more of that. So deep slate. Oop. Oop. Sweet. All right. Now, this one's going to be a little different because this is my first time going through Mekanism this high up. And so I'm going to have to rely on a tutorial. And obviously I can't be playing tutorial through the channel, through my channel, because it's somebody else's content. So I'll be pausing, going to check it out, and then coming back in and finishing up steps. We've done a lot. Actually, before we get started in that, I also wanted to kind of finish up like these type of things, all these things in the middle here, and even these over here. And that'll leave us with just, we need the jetpack also. But we can do pretty much everything here as it is. So there's no reason not to. And that'll leave us with just the big end, the high end stuff. And that, I mean, and that we need so much for. So today what I'm going to try and do is start with the sulfuric acid and then the fissile fuel, which is basically the next step before we do the reactor. Then the reactor after that. But definitely not in this episode. We're not. This is going to be just prep for the fuel making. Sulfuric acid is the first step in that, but then we're going to prep for the fuel. And then we'll get to the reactor itself and how to handle nuclear waste and how to, because the polonium is going to take the nuclear waste that comes from the fission reactor in order to make polonium pellets, which is necessary for all of these, right? And so we need polonium, and then water and fluorite dust to get us a pellet. But anyways, I digress. So let's knock out these real quick, right? So the universal cable. We have the basic, ultimate, and then we need which one did I forget? Basic, ultimate, elite, advanced. Did I miss it? Okay, cool. So that should take care of that tree. We're going to do the same for all the rest of those cables, right? All right. So the next one is mechanical pipe. Okay. We have. Oh. I'm going to start here. So elite 1, basic 1, and advanced 1. There we go. Right. What's nice is, I mean, it's free, free alloy rewards, you know, stuff that we don't have to worry about making later. Okay. Put those back in there. Pressurized tubes. One there. So I'm going to go from the bottom up this time. There's the lead. Oh no. There's basic and then the advanced. All right. That's all of those. Okay, so logistical transporter. All right, we have the elite. All right, so there's the elite, the advanced. We already lose that one. Basic. There we go. Cool. So we're cooking with gas now. Thermodynamic conductor. All right, so one there. Elite. Advanced. Basic. Okay, so now our chemical tanks. All right, so there's the basic. Oops, I'm down here. So the elite. I'm really glad I made the auto crafting for this stuff. All right. All right, and then this will be ultimate. And then this will wrap up the chemical tank section. Sweet. I'm getting there. Sweet. So, all four of those done. Okay, fluid tank. So, basic fluid tank. These are all basic. Advanced fluid. Sweet fluid. All right, elite. Next is ultimate. Oh, these are quite a bit slower. Here's one. Sweet. Oops. Come back here. All right. So the fluid stuff is done. Okay, so the jetpack. That's pretty easy. You know, I probably should have done this jetpack first because it's actually not, it's not difficult to make early on. And honestly, hydrogen isn't that bad to get. Basically, it's just a sink in an something or other. There it is, electrolytic separator. And that breaks down hydrogen and oxygen from the water. So that's pretty easy. Solar generator. Oh, we already have one. Half a stack of those. And then solar generator. Oops. So 3 of them. Make a tablet. Sweet. Oh, wind generator. What? I don't even know what that is. We have 200 of them. All right, so Biogenerator. Okay. That is literally everything except for our suit and the mek-tool. So, not too shabby. And we're about 15 minutes in, so timing wise, we're good. Okay. Oh, no, I forgot all the upgrades. Okay. So, that Mech Upgrade. We have the energy one. Yes, we do. Do we have the filter? No, we don't. All right. We have muffling. Do we have the gas? No, we don't. All right. Then anchor upgrade and the stone generator upgrade. All right. So now we're finished with everything except for the suit and the tool. One thing I need to figure out a way to get through here. I guess this is probably the way. Okay. I am going to make patterns for all of these upgrades. So that Mech Upgrade. All right. We have that one. That one. That one. That one. That. So that's okay. I think I may have the speed upgrade in here. I actually don't see it anywhere, so that's good. So we're missing a few things. So the drive. Actually, really surprising that we're into that second one, that second creative crafter. Like, that's impressive. That's a lot of auto crafting. But yeah, so can I get through here? All right, this needs to go. I need to convert some of this to liquid, and then I don't know what happened to my charm. Is it in here? Yep. All right, so once this is full, then we'll go to the medallion. We'll put the rest of it in there. That way I have some liquid as well as stored in the medallion. Boy, is that slow. All right, are we almost there? Yep, almost there. Almost. There we go. Okay. Now I'll activate that, and that can sit up here. And you can see my levels going down, and this rising. 358, and then it's continuing to come down. So it's nice because these quests were all, 10, some of them were 100. That one was 100. Like these bigger ones are 100. I mean, you really get some levels quick with this stuff, But anyway, any users. So yeah, I guess it's probably time to start the sulfuric acid production. And so that will be in our new area here. So I need a point. Oh, you're kidding me. I'm missing obsidian. All right. Let's go to the Dragon Portal. We're just going to take as much as we can out of the tower. Oh, that's good enough. Point. All right. I may wind up moving this production. That's taking up a lot of space. Okay. So let us pick our point here. Configure it. Okay. I think now that I think about it, put it there. Okay. So I'm going to start working through the tutorial, and I will be back in a little bit. Okay. So I popped down here to find out which ender chest was using which had the biofuel in it, right? So I'm going to need that upstairs. And I've got the first couple of machines placed. Oops. All right. So we have the pressurized reaction chamber, and that is actually going to take... I am not sure how I'm going to lay out this cabling, but ender chest. That's a blank one, I believe. Okay. So this is going to be getting liquids as well as biomass. All right. And so I think Now I need some brown dye. All right, so that's the right one. And then so I've got the electrolytic separator here. And this is going to be pulling, I think it's the substrate. I think it's going to pull substrate into the electrolytic separator. Maybe not. I will check the tutorial and I will be right back. Okay. So, I have gas generator up front, getting power to this side, and then in this spot here, this should be taking biomass, and then from next to it, electrolytic separator should be giving off, I believe, hydrogen, and we'll have to configure that. All right, so the top is items. That's going to be an input. And input red. Yep, that's correct. So I should be able to start this. Yep, perfect. Now, both of these are going to take water. And then what's going to happen is this is actually going to split to water and hydrogen and oxygen. And then I think the hydrogen is going to get moved over here to combine with the water, and then the ethylene will be the byproduct. So let's start the water flow. All right, there we go. We're doing oxygen and water. And this is oxygen. All right, so now I'm pretty sure that the hydrogen is going to have to go to the left. And I think it's a gas, it's not a liquid. Which, no, it's not the cyan. I know that I need it. Okay, that did stop it. All right. So I need to figure out what we're going to do with the oxygen, and also, so this gases, and the right needs to be input. And blue gas is output. That should work, actually. Let me check. I will be right back. All right, so this that should output the ethylene. But we still are not getting hydrogen over from here. Okay. Oh, I think this may be reversed. It is. Perfect. Okay. All right. Now the problem is we need to come off of there with the substrate into another ender chest. And we can put this into the system. All right, so ethylene is burning there. All right, so items to the left are output. Perfect. And now it's going back into the refined storage system. Okay. So we're getting there. This is producing ethylene, and that is coming straight off of the pressurized reaction chamber. All right, so we want this to be middle. Dumping excess. I think that should be the same. This should be. I don't know why we're not. All right, so for some reason this is not separating. All right, this is still getting hydrogen. It's increasing, so this is working. Even though it's empty here, this is what kind of threw me with the HTPE tablets or pellets or whatever. It's empty here, but it's actually pulling and increasing hydrogen over here, right? So we can set this for dumping excess. I think we'll be okay. Sweet. All right, so let's keep plugging along. Be right back. Okay, so I've made what we're going to need next. So we've got a rotary condensator, 2 chemical infusers, a chemical oxidizer, a pressurized reaction chamber, and electrolytic separator. And so this is going to be the sulfuric acid production. Then we're going to need that in order to make the fissile fuel. So, yeah. And I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to put this, but this can actually run on its own now. Don't even need to give it part of the I don't need to create it or leave it in the reactor because the gas burning generator is actually self-sustaining. It's making this whole thing self-sustaining. And yeah, so that's pretty cool. That was something I was not actually expecting, but hey, I dig it. And so But what we can do is, I guess we can start in this corner. All right, and then this we can do. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's all right. And so once we get the layout, once I get the layout, I will come back and we'll show you that. Be right back. Okay, so next steps, we're done. So we have the electrolytic separator, which is taking oxygen and then dumping it into the pressurized reaction chamber, which is also taking water from the sink into the left side. And we're feeding it with coal from a double chest here, which is converting it to sulfur dust. All right, sulfur dust is outputting through the top into the chemical oxidizer, which is giving us carbon dioxide, I believe. Sulfur dioxide, right? And that is also making that, and the oxygen that's being pumped in. So this is taking oxygen as well as the pressurized reaction chamber. It's not quite seeing as much, but it's there. So it's combining the oxygen and the sulfur dioxide to sulfur trioxide. And then we're going to be outputting out of there to the next phase, which will give us, I'm not sure yet. Be right back. Okay, so now we have this chemical infuser, which is going to take the sulfur trioxide in under the red input. And then this on the other side is going to be water vapor, and that's going to give us the sulfuric acid. Now to get the water vapor, we need another rotary condensator, and we need to toggle it to go the opposite way. We're going to input water on the right, and it's going to give us water vapor on the left, and then we'll bring that into this second chemical infuser. All right, and so we should be feeding all these with power. All right, so then on the right, so on this right, it is I need to come out of there. All right, so this is creating water vapor. And then, so the left side gases should be output. Right, and we're getting the vapor. Now, what needs to happen here is gas, the sulfur trioxide needs to it needs to go from this one to this one, but the right input that was it. Okay. All right. Whew. Okay, so we are now making sulfuric acid. And so it's not near as convoluted as I was thinking it was going to be. And I got to tell you, Rage Plays Games is a pretty solid YouTuber. And, you know, I don't mind sending people over his way because he's pretty good at what he does. All right, so left to right, we're going from water into the electrolytic separator. Oxygen is coming out of the water and into the pressurized reaction chamber, as well as this first chemical infuser. This pressurized reaction chamber is taking coal and using the oxygen and water and converting it to sulfur dust. And I think yeah, we need to figure out how to dump. We need to figure out how to dump that dump that hydrogen. So I think this can be used for multiple, right? So let me chemical tank. So also out the front, fluids, gases. Input, output. No. All right. Let me look around and see if I can figure this out. So basically, it's stalled right now because of that. We're not creating any more sulfur because we need to deal with that oxygen or the hydrogen buildup in there. And that's what this warning is for. But anyway, so the flow of it, I'll go over the rest of the flow. So once this creates the sulfur, that creates the carbon dioxide, which gets mixed with the oxygen to create carbon trioxide. That gets moved into this one. Carbon trioxide is mixed with water vapor to get sulfuric acid. And then that's this condensator is taking water. We reverse the toggle, or we toggle the operation so it's going this way instead of this way. And we get water vapor. And that is transferred directly into here. All right, and then this sink is feeding concentrator. So I'll be back as soon as I figure out how to get rid of that hydrogen. Okay, so leave it to me. Absolutely. So leave it to me to take actually a pretty clean setup and make it as jank as possible. All right, so we set the front to input output, and now so I'm extracting out the front, and then this is also extracting. And being that this is a universal pipe, the fluid is going into the hydrogen is now going into the ultimate tank. This joins up here with the input, and it's going to input items along with the fluid since it's one of the universal pipes. And so now our cola is being extracted from here, and our hydrogen is being extracted out the front and then into the ultimate chemical tank. So this should run for quite a while, and we should wind up with, wow, we're already full. Oh my gosh. Okay, so another universal tank, or not universal, ultimate. So an elite, do we have the elite? We do. And we don't quite have the ultimate yet, but we will. We will most Ricky Ticky. There we go. Okay. Now we are going to put that there. And short cable. And so this out, you want any items. Okay, so it's either items or gas. Okay, so it's going to output blue out the front, which is this one. Okay. Now we can set that to extract. And boom, there we go. And so now we are cranking out the sulfuric acid and we are cranking out the hydrogen. So both can be used later for different things. And to be honest, if I wanted this available somewhere else, it's probably just as easy to send this to an ender tank and then just set this one next to it and take the overflow and put it into it. And that way you'll have constant, if you ever run out of it, it'll be there. So, I mean, I could also theoretically do an exporter with just coal. Yep, gonna do that. So, ender chest. Actually needed 2 of them. Okay. And so what we're gonna do is so black on the bottom. Don't think I've used that before. All right, and there we go. All right. And so now we can get rid of all this excess coal. And we can go downstairs and add another exporter and another ender chest. All right, so we need at least 1 cable. There we go. And then exporter. Oops. Nice. That should keep it full. So, don't need all of this. And we have a nice, concise, if not only slightly jank, sulfuric acid setup. That is just pumping it out. So I think once everything hits full with oxygen, these two will battle it out. Theoretically, I could put another electrolytic separator right here and have it feeding both of those as well. I don't really see the need, but you know, if this ever gets to the point where there's not enough, but it's continually rising on this side, and then this one is rising also. Well, it's rising and falling. So who knows? We may wind up needing it at some point. But for now, that seems to be doing exactly as it's told. This is generating lots of ethylene. Yeah, I think we're cooking here. I still have not figured out how did we miss that. That would have bugged me. would have 100% bugged me. All right. Yeah, so I don't know how we did it. I don't know how we're going to actually get the lithium for the induction, because we're... I'm sure there is a way. It's just not in JEI. There's some... I'm sure there's a way to deal with it. And I know that we need to make the brine assembly at some point as well. When you go to the desert for that. We'll probably use ender tanks to bring that back. So yeah. I think so far that for a mechanism day, this was, for me, this was pretty nice. I'm not a big, like, I get along with the beginning part of mechanism, which this is challenging for me. So like underneath where we have, or these machines over here, right? These are your standard machines, and most mechanism, this is going to be your standard stuff, right? Crushing factory, smelting factory, the saw factory, not really, sawing factory, not so much, but the enriching factory, pressing factory, and then all the infusing factories. Those are your basics. That's your meat and potatoes of mechanism, and that's what I'm really comfortable with, along with, you know, the pipes and everything. But then again, you know, chemical injection chamber, actually we don't even need anymore because we are making plenty of plenty of sulfur. All right, and polished deep slate. However, the infusion factory, this is great for enriched. Let's see. So I think okay. I need, what I want to do is get enough steel made that I don't ever have to worry about it again. And honestly, that's really pretty doable. It does take a metric crap ton of carbon. But once it's in there, how much do I already have actually? Ooh, yeah, not enough. Oh, because I made the steel casings. I made a stack of steel casings, that's why. Oh, good thing I decided at the end to do this. All right, so now add a little rich carbon, and we'll convert all the steel dust to ingots. Did I get... Yeah, we do have upgrades in there. It's weird. I would have thought this was a little faster. This doesn't seem to be. Theoretically, I could automate this pretty easily. Input on the gold channel, and then use an ender chest, and then from the enriching enriching factory right there. You can export that. So that automatically actually gets exported into the refined storage system, right? So we're never going to run out of coal. You know what? We can make that. Now, interestingly, I could also do the other stuff, right? So we can do enriched redstone, diamond, obsidian, we do ingots? No. All right. There we go. Probably will never need anything like that, but let's just try it anyway. Display only craftables. And where are we? And what's going on there? Oh, there it's working. Okay. So I'm going to add them to all of them just because. Never know. I might add something to some of these. All right. So that looks like an excellent place to stop. I am thoroughly pleased with the way today's episode went. I'm trying to get back to the point where I've got a couple of them already pre-uploaded, waiting for my release, which is usually 11 a.m. on Monday through Friday. And with the exception of the one day that I missed this week, I've been pretty steady for the last couple of months, so I want to get back to that. So, thanks again if you made it all this far. If you made it all this way, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Every little bit helps. And please like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you in the next one.